Hey, there's Mom.
Hey! Oh, good. We're doing a skate park.
Yeah,
This is a skate park, isn't it?
it is. I actually like the skate
Uh,
park.
Hang on a second. I gotta
Get your
do
stuff.
something real. Yeah.
Get your stuff situated.
All right. Now, how do I close out of Steam
So
so
down,
that I
so down at the bottom of your screen, there should be an icon that looks like a blue
yeah
square with a white water droplet.
yeah.
Click on that.
Got it. Okie dokie.
All right.
Now I'm on the uh, open tablet page.
Yeah.
Close tablet.
Yep. Hey,
Am
there
I
you are.
there?
You're here.
Haha!
And if you look to your right and up,
Hi.
hi. Power wash tools are dangerous. They can cause harm to a person. Only if you crank it up really high and then put it really close to your skin. But I mean, you can do the same with like compressed air too.
And it depends on how much pressure you've got on your pressure washer.
Yeah. How much pressure, how close it is. But I mean, it's like I said, it's not any more dangerous than compressed air. You can crank compressed air up too high and put it too close as well. It's not like pressure washers are inherently more dangerous than anything else.
But take it from me, don't try to pressure wash something that is painted.
I watch
Takes
a.
the,
Do what?
Took the paint clear off of one of my chairs.
Did it? I watched a. I watch a guy who does like car detailing on YouTube,
Yeah.
and he pressure washes the cars. And his big rule of thumb is, if it hurts your hand, it's gonna damage the car.
Makes sense.
So he's like, everybody always asks me like, why do you pressure wash cars? Doesn't that take the paint off? And he's like, no, just make sure it doesn't hurt you, and it probably won't hurt the car either. So. Do you actually have pressure wash teams that clean public parks like this in the U.S.? Yeah.
It's usually the Parks and Recreation Department of the city.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll hire a third-party contractor, but generally speaking, it's the there's a city department called Parks and Recreation, and they do that. You don't have anything like that? I'm sure there are some areas that don't. Like, the smaller the city, obviously, the less likely they are to have it. Because they probably just don't have the funds.
Yeah, a bigger city will have a huge Parks and Recreation Department that is in charge of everything that all of their parks and recreational places need.
Yeah.
But I think even my little town has a Parks and Recreation department.
Like that show you didn't watch?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good
Parks
show.
and Recreation.
It's a good show. I liked it.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's really funny.
Is it on Netflix?
I'm sure it's either on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or one of them. It's gotta be.
But it's not an exclusive to them.
No, well, I mean, it might be, but it wasn't made by them. I think it was on NBC originally.
Oh, okay. See, I don't even watch those networks anymore.
Yeah, same here. Like most shows, the first season's a little rough, but after the first season, it gets really good. You recommend a show called Severance? What's that on?
I've seen advertisements for that.
Yeah, I've not heard of it. Have you heard of that?
Nope. But I don't watch TV.
Is it British, Trika? Because I think I've seen the ads on BritBox, but I'm not sure.
He says it's American.
Okay, well, I didn't see it on BritBox then.
Oh, Apple TV. Oh.
Oh, well, that explains why I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't have Apple TV either.
We are not Apple fans.
I think that's a big problem with Apple TV is they burned a lot of fans already with a bunch of their other products, and then they were like, now we're going to have TV, so people that already hated Apple were like, well, I don't want to watch Apple TV.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I know Apple TV has good shows on it. I guess technically I don't need that. I could just use these. Yeah, it's nothing against the programming. It's the product that it comes on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most of my family uses Apple, but I'm the one holdout, I think. Matt and I. Boy, I wish you were here to mow, Matt.
Oh, is your lawn getting pretty loud? Or pretty
Oh,
long?
boy. It really is. Mainly because it's been raining every day.
Ah, yeah.
I don't dare get out with my grasshopper on soft ground.
No way, dude.
But it's supposed to clear up around Tuesday, I think. So hopefully it won't be too much longer.
Did we go Easter egg hunting? Well, Easter is technically tomorrow for us. But to preemptively answer your question, the answer is no, I won't.
Mexican Easter eggs called?
Cascarones.
Cascarones. Totally different thing.
Yeah, absolutely different thing.
Kind of fun, though. I mean, I've never done it myself, but I've watched neighbor kids do it.
I always like the story of that one friend of mine that thought that called them chicharrones once.
Yeah, I always get those two words mixed up.
Yeah, chicharrones are very different from cascarones.
Yes.
For those wondering what the hell we're talking about, cascarones are eggshells filled with confetti, and then the kids will run around and like smash each other in the head with them. And chicharrones are fried pigskin.
Or
pork rinds.
Pork rinds, yeah. But they don't have confetti in them.
No, they don't. Thankfully. Ew, fried pig skin? Yeah, I guess that's not super popular in Israel, is it?
No, it wouldn't be. It'd be as bad as chitlins.
I don't know what that is.
Chitlins are fried intestines,
Ah,
usually of pork, but could be from beef.
just the fried skin part makes you go blech? Surprisingly, it's really good. Like, have you ever had fried chicken? Like, the crusty outside is the chicken skin. That stuff's delicious.
Of course, you can get chicken skinless and boneless, but they're easier to catch that way.
Boo!
Well,
Mom said boneless, skinless chickens are easier to catch. That's so dumb. I love it.
I sure wish I could get a more powerful sprayer.
It's still not letting you buy one, huh?
Nope.
And that's such a bummer, dude.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's multiplayer.
It used to. Like, when I played with Skid, he and I could both buy one, but I guess they did something and it broke it.
Probably.
This is wasting a lot of water. Well, you know the cool thing about water is it goes back into the environment, right?
Luckily, my area of the country does not have much of a water shortage problem. Especially right now.
Yeah.
It's been raining for about a week.
Yeah, I will say if your area of the country here has a water shortage issue, this kind of stuff is banned
Yeah.
during that period.
This, watering your lawns, washing your car. I think they even shut down car washes sometimes, don't they, Matt?
Sometimes, yeah.
I got to take my truck in to get it serviced sometime within the next couple of weeks, and then get it detailed so I can put it on the market.
Oh, the red one?
Yeah, that's it. The market is high for pickup trucks right now.
Good time then.
Yep.
Hey, you cleaned that bowl. Nice.
Yep. Took me long enough. Now I can play water soccer.
I think it's pretty obvious that our soccer balls are in two different locations.
Can't even make a goal. Come on. Up, back, up, back, up, back. Nope, not gonna work.
I like that story that I read the other day online that was some city council wanted the kids to stop using a skate park that they had built.
Yeah.
That part in and of itself doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
We'll build a skate park and then we don't want the kids to use it. So they decided to fill the skate park with sand. And then a bunch of people started showing up with dirt bikes.
Good peaceful protest. Well, maybe not peaceful, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Serves them right. Did they take it back to the way it was?
I don't know. I didn't follow up on it. That's where it was at when I read the article.
That's funny.
You think it had something to do with COVID, not wanting people close together?
Possibly. I was watching something on YouTube about a skate park. This kid who was handicapped in a wheelchair would sit and watch the skateboarders because he thought it was so cool. And one day they decided that he needed to do it too, so they got him out on his wheelchair and pushed him around the skate park for about an hour.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a kid that's going to grow up later and play murder ball.
It said the mother cried while she watched him do it. I just thought that was so nice. Do we have to do the top edge of these walls?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You don't have to do the whole thing though, because it'll trigger pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
You usually just have to do, if you do the whole wall and then you do a little bit of the top, it'll usually clean the rest, you know what I mean? It'll finish
Yeah.
it for you. I'll come, if you want to leave it alone, I'll come over there and do it, because I'll climb on top of the wall and just walk along the whole section and do them all.
Okay. A lot of graffiti here.
Yeah, I noticed. I can also take care of that graffiti since I can get the stronger sprayer.
Well, usually my red nozzle will take it off.
Oh, okay, okay.
Usually. But if there's some I can't get, I'll let you know.
What types of nozzles are there? A bunch. 0 degree, 15, 25, 40. I tend to stick with the yellow one just because the yellow one gets you a decent enough spray, like width-wise and strength-wise. But the more narrow the spray, the stronger the water.
Yeah. Like the yellow one best too. Matt, have you watched AWP yet?
No, let me write that down. I keep forgetting.
I think they're up to 19 recoveries now.
Wow, if I can get a pen though, right? There we go. What's AWP? That's the show where the people go searching for like
People who are missing in cars.
yeah. From what I can tell, it tends to be a lot of scuba diving and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's their main focus is underwater search and recovery. The name of it is Adventures with Purpose. And it's on YouTube. Very interesting to watch. They use sonar, 3 different kinds of sonar to locate the vehicles, and then they dive down and see if there's bodies in them. And if there's one with a body in it that they're looking for, they pull the car up. And usually they'll pull up all the cars they find simply to get them out of the waterways. But they're looking for missing people. And some of their cases are like 30 years old.
How many cars and waterways do y'all have over there? At least 3.
19 less than we did have. At least. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a major waterway that didn't have at least one vehicle in it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It seems to be a good repository for stolen vehicles as well.
You have to keep in mind, do people fall off bridges and or whatnot? Yeah, I mean that's a relatively common way. Or
Fall or jump.
someone will be killed and then the killer will put them in a car and drive the car off a bridge, try to hide the body. You know, it's not always nefarious. Sometimes it's just like somebody lost control, drove off of a bridge, and then nobody ever noticed.
About half of their cases are dementia patients.
That makes sense.
Because a dementia patient, they say, will not back up a car.
It just,
if they get
never
it
crosses
going,
their mind, huh?
Yeah, it never crosses their mind. If they're headed towards water, they're going to keep going. Because that's the only way they'll go.
That's interesting.
I mean, I don't know if that's a recognized, scientific fact or not, but that's what the AWP people say.
I'm sure there's at least some basis in truth there.
They found this one lady. She had driven off of a quarry wall into the water, which was on a river. And then her car got flattened by a freighter that pulled in to load and unload gravel and such.
Yeah.
When they found that car and pulled it out of the water, it was about 6 inches tall.
Oh, man.
But I think she'd been down 4 or 5 years. It's just a fascinating program, though.
I mean, one thing you have to keep in mind, Trika, is how large the United States just actually is. Like, the United States is significantly larger than the entirety of Europe, you know?
Yeah.
So
These guys are based out of Oregon, which is on the northern west coast. But they'll go all over the country if they're called. And they never charge the families anything. They rely on donations.
well, sorry, I wasn't trying to insinuate you didn't know how big the United States was. I was just like, you know, you going like, oh my God, how do you guys have so many cars and waterways over there? I'm like, it's just the sheer number of waterways. That's the... There's no guardrails there? Yeah, you can easily drive off a bridge. What do you mean? Guardrails are just metal. Maybe with a truck? Nah, man, cars go right through them.
A lot of the cases they get are suicides. Sadly, a lot of them are Vietnam veterans. Or veterans from other wars too.
Yeah,
Afghanistan
yeah, of
and
course.
such. They had this one guy that was I guess an Iraqi war veteran, and he'd lost one leg already, and they were planning on removing the other leg, and he decided it was time for him to check out.
That sucks.
Yeah, veterans here don't get a very good, they don't get enough support.
No, they don't.
I keep forgetting I can right click and I don't have to hold the button down.
Man, I know, dude. When I first started playing this, I sat here for like 2 or 3 hours just holding the button down, and my finger was hurting like heck afterwards.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, you know, you can just right click and it'll stay on. I was like, what? You can just duct tape your button down too. Yeah, but then you've got like tape residue all over your mouse button. That's gross. Haven't you ever sat down at someone else's computer and touched their keyboard or mouse and it was sticky? How gross is that? That's really gross. You don't know what that's from.
Yeah. Did they spill a soda or what?
The answer to that question is always no. Ew. Mom, what do you think about this bunny getting petted?
Oh, that's cute. I was at a flea market the other day with a friend of mine and found a little statuette of a bunny sitting down on a stool in front of a table painting Easter eggs.
Oh, that's cute.
It was. I put it on my Facebook page. I ought to put it in Discord, I guess.
Yeah, man, always share that stuff in Discord. If it's adorable, hook it up.
I may do that here in a little while. But I gotta rest my fingers.
I'm washing the top of the walls so that when you do get to them, they'll be ready for you already.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All clean.
Hey.
All right.
Particular wall is kind of like what my floor looked like this morning when I got up.
Gross. Cappy always talks about that one time you and Dad, I think we're out of town or something, and we were keeping an eye on Monty, and she was like, I was sitting there in the room and I started hearing this noise, and I didn't know what it was, and then I opened the door and I heard it again, and then she saw Monty like standing there, and she heard the like, and then watched him like projectile poop like a foot away from himself. And she was, and I was at work, and she just kind of sat there like, oh God, now I have to clean up all this dog diarrhea by myself and then wash the dog.
And then
Yeah.
Copper the time he rolled the poop.
Oh yeah, well that's just every time. But yeah, Copper rolling in poop. He's like, hey, look at this. This stuff smells great. And you're like, bro, stop it. Then he's always so disappointed when you give him a laugh.
I haven't changed his diet or anything. So unless he's found a dead bird or something to snack on, you know, it's not related to his intake. So I don't know.
Well, I hope everything turns out okay.
Well, as your dad used to say, everything will come out all right in the end.
Gross. He eats dead birds? I mean, he's a dog, yeah, why wouldn't he?
He'll eat anything that's remotely tasty to him.
Flavors that cats naturally crave, like chicken and beef.
And mice and bird.
And you're like, beef? How does a cat naturally crave beef?
When's the last time you saw one take down a cow?
Exactly. That's when you know that those pet food commercials are lying.
But you know, the reason they don't have mouse flavored cat food, because nobody wants to taste one to find out what they taste like.
Gross. I mean, accurate, but still, ew. Like, how, yeah, exactly. How can they claim that it's mouse flavored? Who tasted the mouse? Was that time that Cappy's sister convinced her to eat dog cookies? Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, they were milk bone.
They're milk bone.
Well, your dad said that when he was little, those were just regular snacks.
That's weird. Hey, arch cleaned. So how you liking the new God of War, Mom?
You know, I'm not sure. I remember liking the first couple because there was more of a Olympus-based story, you know? I guess it was Olympus.
It was.
And this one doesn't have that so much. And besides, he's such a jerk.
A little bit, yeah. I get the feeling as the game progresses, there'll be more of an exposure to Norse mythology, and he'll probably turn out to be less of a dick in the end.
You think this will be a learning experience for him?
Yeah. Oh, Cappy says no. You find the characters unrelatable? I don't know.
I like the kid. Atreus.
Yeah.
He's likable.
Yeah, I like him too. The game looks good. Well, yeah. It's only a couple years old, so it's still pretty modern.
So the guy you're playing, is he supposed to be Ares?
No, he's the same dude from the first games who took over for Ares. Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Like in the first game, he kills Ares and becomes the god of war in
gotcha.
essentially Greek mythology, but and then in God of War 2 and 3, it turned into like all the gods are dicks. I'm gonna kill them all, which I mean it's pretty accurate. The Greek gods were kind of dicks. That's just par for the course. I'm curious about hearing the backstory regarding, you know, why did Kratos come here? Who was his wife? Because there's obviously something up with his dead wife.
Well, I was thinking I had missed something out of the first couple of games, actually.
Nope. We have no idea who she is. I mean, I know what her name is, but
Well, she seems to have been pretty powerful.
yeah. Yeah, everybody I'm running into who knows her is all like, wow, your dead wife was a badass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so something's up with her. You saw me play one other God of War game, but you don't know which one. I was fighting on a huge Titan one time, and in another area I had to climb a very long chain out of hell. That was 2 different games. The long chain out of hell was God of War 1, and the time I was fighting on the back of a Titan was God of War 3.
You played them back to back, didn't you?
Essentially, yeah. I don't know if they were exactly back to back, but they were all really close together, at the very least.
to my physical therapist the other day. He's probably about 26 or 27. And he asked me what I was doing this weekend. I said, well, I'm streaming a video game with my son. And he said, oh, you're into video games, huh? And I said, yeah. So we got to talking about what our favorite games were, and he's into Red Dead Redemption right now.
Oh, nice.
And he asked if you had played any Assassin's Creed. And I said, yeah, every one of them, and some of them several times. And he said he's getting ready. No, he had already started Odyssey.
Nice. I love Odyssey. Odyssey's great.
It was nice. I think I actually like the Egyptian one better.
Really?
I don't know. I felt like I understood the story better. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, the story in Odyssey was more just along the lines of like, I will say the story in Odyssey was a little vague at first. It was essentially like these people tried to kill you as a baby, so let's screw them over.
Yeah, you're getting revenge for all of that, and for them supposedly killing your mother, only she
Right.
wasn't dead.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
I don't care.
Yeah, but other people might. And then we got to talking about Black Flag,
Oh yeah.
and he liked the sea shanties in Black Flag.
Yeah, those are great. Mom's over there making some progress, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, not as fast as you are, because you've got the better gun.
Does that washer of yours work on hedges? A random question.
Hedges?
Yeah,
Why would you want to wash hedges?
I don't know. It's very weird.
I suppose it would. E2% already.
Oh, dang. We are making some progress, lady.
Yeah.
This was always a bit of a long one, though.
Yeah. Well, there's so much ground to cover.